Great job on 3D shapes yesterday, year 3. We had a look at a cylinder, a sphere, a cone, and some different pyramids. And we noticed that with the pyramids, all the sides were triangles, and it was the base shape that decided how we named the pyramids. If it was a square on the bottom, it was a square-based pyramid. If it was a triangle on the bottom, it was a triangular-based pyramid. If it was a hexagon on the bottom, it would be a hexagonal pyramid. But all the sides were always triangles, and they meet in a point up at the top. Today we're going to have a look at prisms, which are another type of 3D shape. We're going to start though. You need your Play-Doh again, like yesterday, and we're going to start with our 11 times tables and our quiz, which you'll be really good at. There's a video for you to watch about 3D shapes, the 3D shapes song. And then there is a different slide today because we had a look at pyramids, cones, and cylinders yesterday, but prisms we're going to have a look at together. So you can see lots of different 3D shapes on here, some of them that are really different to me. A star pyramid, because if you've got a star on the base, it can come up into the point. But to start with today, we're going to have a look at prism. A prism has two ends that are exactly the same size and shape. So they can have a star on the bottom and a star at top, and they join all the way through. They could have a square at the front and a square at the back, and the sides join them up. They could have, like this, a triangle at the front, a triangle at the back, and rectangles joining it up, so it goes all the way through. It could have rectangles that are joined up. It can have most 2D shapes can be turned into prisms if they're same shape as at the front and the back, the same size and the same shape. So it can't be bigger at the front and smaller at the back, because then it starts to be squeezed down and it's not a prism anymore. Today we're going to start with your Play-Doh. Triangular prism. So I've made a triangular prism here, and I can tell because it has a triangle at the front and a triangle at the back, and it's joined up. It says how many faces. So yesterday we used a knife. You can use a toothpick again to write 1. Might do it around the side first. 2, 3. So I've got 1 and 2 and 3, and I'm going to put 4 on this end because that's another face, and 5 on this end because that's another face. Like that. So 5 faces. You can count the corners. 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3 there. And then you're going to use these boxes, or you can have boxes on your page too where you're drawing. Now, because there was 5 faces, you'll need to draw the 5 shapes. So this shape, and this shape, and this shape, and this shape, and this shape. And you're going to draw the end view. So if I had a look at the end, what shape would it be? And if I had a look at the side, what 2D shape would that be? And then you're going to use your trusty knife because we're going to do a chop this way and a chop through like that to see what we see. So if I chop down here, I wonder what your prediction is. What shape do you think I'm going to see? So if I do a vertical chop straight down, I see more triangles. And if I do a chop this way, if I do my horizontal chop, I'll turn it down so you can see a little bit. If I do a horizontal chop, it's mushing my plate a little bit. But it will work and show you. They're very rectangular, aren't they, like the sides? So a triangular prism has rectangles on the sides and a triangle at the end. If we chop this way, we still see the triangle, but if we chop the other way, we see rectangles. So you can write next to that, when I chop vertically down, what shape do I see? And when I cut across the top, what shape will I see in there? Your next 2D shape is a square prism, which is sometimes called cube. And you need to do the same thing. How many faces you might like to make one. So I've got a long one here stretched out. I chop that to make a small cube. That's about as cube-like as it gets with Play-Doh. You can write the faces on, count the corners. Use those boxes to draw the shapes, the 2D shapes that make the faces up. The end view and the side view. And a cube is a special type of rectangular prism. Then you'll need to slice it horizontally. What shape will you see? And then you need to chop it vertically. I wonder what shape you'll see. A hexagonal prism, that's a tricky one. I wonder how you're going to go making that. You'll be able to make a bit of a prediction, I think, of some of the answers once you've done a few. How many faces? How many corners? I think you might need some extra boxes for this one. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8. So I might need one extra box. The end view, you can see the end view here, and a side view, what would that look like? And if you chop it horizontally and vertically, what will it look like? And the last one is a rectangular prism, and it's the same thing with a rectangular prism. So a prism has two ends that are exactly the same size and shape, and it often has rectangles on the side joining up those shapes. Once you've finished that, similar activities to yesterday. You've always got some Prodigy and some study ladder there to do. And this is the Google Doc in case you need the Google Doc to do that. Great job. So we've done pyramids, we've done prisms, we've done cylinders and spheres and cones. So you are the 3D shape masters. Great job, you three.